All right, my little fluttering bumblebees. Yesterday we worked on adding decimals. Today we're working on subtracting decimals. Subtracting decimals, again, thinking that they are money. When I go to the store, I spend money, which means I gotta subtract it from my bank account whether I like it or not. I want to have those nice, delicious chicken wings or that pretty new blouse. I gotta subtract that money, which is normally in decimal form. So up there I have a reminder of what our whole numbers, our tenth rods, and our hundredth pieces look like. We are going to start with a picture representation and move into the standard algorithm form. Remember the key that I told you yesterday. The key is to line up those decimals. So we're going to work on some problems and see how we do. So the first problem that we're going to work on is this one. 2 82 minus 1 47 hundredths. So because I'm subtracting, I'm going to draw a picture of how much money I start with. I start with $2. Now because I'm subtracting, I'm going to be crossing out $1.47. So I'm going to start from the back. And I'm going to subtract 7 cents. But wait, I don't have 7 cents. I only have 2 cents. So just like if this was a standard algorithm problem, I have to regroup. So I'm going to take this 10th rod and I'm going to split it up into 10 hundredth pieces. Now I have 12 hundredth pieces, which means I can cross out 7 of them. 2, 4. After I do that, I have a total of 5 hundredth pieces left. So in my hundredths place, I'm going to write a 5. Remember, this is dead. No longer exists. Now I'm going to subtract 4 tenth rods. Well, I have 7 of them left, so I have plenty to be able to subtract. So I'm going to cross out 4 tenth rods. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once I do that, I have 3 tenths left. So in my tenths place, I'm going to write a 3. Moving to my next place value is my ones place. So I'm going to subtract 1 whole number from my $2.82. Leaving me with 1 whole number. Now if all goes according to plan, I should be able to solve this with standard algorithm and still get the same difference that I did with my picture representation. So please write this problem vertically, lining up your decimals. Two, take away 7, I can't do. So I go to my neighbor, make it a 7, make my 2 into a 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. 7 minus 4 is 3. Decimal minus decimal is decimal. 2 minus 1 is 1. Jumpin' Jehoshaphat, it's the same! 8 hundredths. So first things first, I'd like you to draw your picture representation of 1 and 6 tenths. Now we're going to start here. Notice that this is in my hundredths place, and I don't have anything in my hundredths place, but I know I can add a 0, and it doesn't change anything. So I have a 0 in my hundredths place. Well, I can't rightly take 8 away from 0, so I'm going to have to take one of my 10 rods and break it apart. So I cross out a 10 rod, and I'm going to break it into 10 hundredths pieces. So I still have the same number here, 1 and 5 tenths and 10 hundredths, which is the same as 60 hundredths. Now I'm going to cross out 8 hundredths, leaving me with 2 hundredths. Now I'm going to cross out 0 tenths. Well, that was fast. Remaining, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths. Then I'm going to cross out 1 whole dollar, leaving me with 0 whole dollars. Please check yourself using standard algorithm subtraction. Please make sure if your homework asks you to use picture representations that you do so. You can check your work with standard algorithm, but I want to see those picture representations.